Yeah, we are very proud to belong to this family Futsal. It's the fourth generation managing the business, and they started in a little village in the center of Mallorca. The name is Inca, and they have a leather factory. They were shoemakers, and today they have great international brands as Notuse and Camper. And I think it was the grandfather started in the latest years of the 19th century, and he developed the shoemaker industry in Mallorca. He was the first, or he started the first industry in Inca, and then he opened the borders. He stayed in Germany during the Second World War, and then he opened business in Cuba and other Latin American countries. And I think he was a real visionary. This DNA and this philosophy has been spread in the rest of the children of the family. Mr. Miguel Futsal is our current president, and he always say when he's acting as a speaker in a summit or in an international conference, he always remember the words of his father and say, please go beyond and think global, be international. And I think this is probably one of the most important messages for the current generation, is open the borders and probably see far away from Mallorca and try to open new business and new hotels, or think probably 2, 3, 5 years in advance. So this is probably the little and nice history of the beginning of Iberostar as a group. Our start point was a little travel agency, because they decided to buy Iberia Travel, and then they start to open a great network of travel agencies in Spain. Then they add tour operator brands to these travel agencies. Iberojet was probably one of the most famous, and then they used to add Iberworld, which is the airline company, and Iberocruceros, which is a cruise line company. And 10 years ago, Mr. Futsal decided sold all businesses except the core business, the hotels. So this is more or less the evolution from a little shoemaker industry in Inca till today, that we are one of the leaders in the hospitality company. Now we have closed this year with about a turnover of 2 billion euros, with a growth of 10% year over year. And really, this is the link from the past to the present. And talking about the future, the future is innovation, the future is digital, the future is probably talk about millennials, the new customers. We are open city hotels. We are looking for opportunities in the most important city business in Europe. For example, we have a hotel in Madrid. In 2018 we opened in Barcelona, we have in Santa Cruz de Tenerife, we have in Budapest, and we are looking for new opportunities in Paris, London, Lisbon. So this is probably our next step in terms of strategy.
So from a resort?
No, city hotels.
No, from the roots of resorts, which is what you basically have, famed for 5-star resorts around the world. You're going into the urban major cities.
Yeah, but we don't forget the roots, and we continue expanding in resorts. And new resorts, for example, in Palma de Mallorca, we will open in April 2017 a new hotel in Portas Nos. You know that Puerto Portals is probably the best luxury marina in Mediterranean Sea. And Marcel Bander, which is one of the best designers now in the world. Marcel Banders is been acting in Amsterdam, and he decided to rebuild a new hotel in Mallorca, and we will be the responsible to manage the hotel. And these hotels in Puerto Portals is like a big art building. Marcel Banders has designed a specific thematic suites. We have a Note suite, we have a heritage suite, we have a stargazing suite, we have a gaming suite. So we are creating new experiences in the world of resort. You know that the world is moving and we change faster every day, and the companies have to take these experiences from other economy areas and try to apply to the the old business model of the resort, trying to enhance the experience of the consumers. And one of the best example has been this new resort of Puerto Portales. Apart from this issue, we are investing most of our turnover trying to refurbish the properties. We opened Playa de Muro in the north of Mallorca with a full refurbish in every room and in every common area. We have in Costa Teje, Antelia and Salomé refurbished again. We have another refurbish in Torros in Malaga. So in 2018, all properties of Iberostar, probably every room have less than 4 years behind being refurbished or open full now with a new equipment. So this is a high challenge for the company, and it's probably a high milestone and how to create this experience for the new travelers of 21st century.
For these properties you just mentioned, where's the main source market or source markets?
In the case of Europe, Middle East and North African markets, our source market is Germany, UK, Central Europe and Spain. But probably if every market has specific items in terms of demand. For example, we are operating in Tunisia, and most of the customers in Tunisia come from the local market or countries that are in the borders of Tunisia, as Libya or Algeria. So every hotel have a different specification in terms of demand, but the global mainstreams come from UK, Germany, Central Europe and Spain.
In the new major cities you mentioned where you're looking for properties to open, and I'm talking including New York and Miami, where would those customers come from? The typical global visitor to those urban city centers?
From a point of view in EMEA, most of them are Americans. They come from the US. In the case of Madrid and Barcelona, in the case of Budapest, 80% of the customers come from Germany, and in the case of Santa Cruz de Tenerife, 86% come from Spain. But in the case of the Americans, for example, Madrid and Barcelona are two big cities that have been visited by the Americans, and they choose Iberostar properties as one of the first options to book.
Oscar González, Iberostar, thank you so much.